Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In this video, what we're going to be discussing is, if you have not heard the news already, Bill Belichick is probably not going to be returning to be the head coach of the New England Patriots. It was said that Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick had a sit-down kind of meeting. They had it out, they talked about it, and Bill Belichick is probably not going to be returning. They're going to be going a different route, looking for a new head coach. Either that route, or maybe they're going to be at least just taking away general manager privileges away from Bill Belichick in the offseason. I don't know about you, but Bill Belichick does not seem like the kind of guy that's going to be okay with just having a title stripped away from him. So if that was the case, he's probably going to say, I'm out of here. And from what reporters have been talking about, it's probably looking like he's going to be out the door. Now, the question that is going to be asked is, where will he coach next season? And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be kind of going through, reviewing a couple teams I think would make sense for him to go to. And then by the end of the video, I want you guys to kind of let me know in the comments what you think he should do. Should he just retire? Should he go to one of these teams to be the new head coach? Should he put his foot down and tell Robert Kraft, fuck that, I'm staying here, I'm going to be the head coach and the general manager of your team? There's a lot to get into, so we're going to get right into this. If you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. It'd be very much appreciated if you do so. And without further ado, let's get into it. First team that we're going to talk about is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, why would he go to the Chargers? I know why. Let's think. In New England, what does he have the job title of? Head coach and general manager. What did the Los Angeles Chargers just do? Fire their head coach and their general manager. I'm sure all Chargers fans are desperate to have somebody come in there, probably fresh, somebody new, get a nice mind in there, somebody to work with Justin Herbert. Here's the thing. The Chargers owner is probably desperate as fuck to win right now. And who wouldn't want to go to Bill Belichick, the great Bill Belichick, and say, please win for me? And when you look at the Chargers situation, like I said, he can go in there and be the head coach and the general manager. You already have a stud, all-pro, pro bowler quarterback in Justin Herbert. He's coming off of an injury, but he'll be okay. He'll be coming back from this injury. He'll be right back out there playing an all-pro, pro bowl level. The team seems like it has a pretty good run game, which that's what Bill Belichick likes to do. He likes to run the ball. As long as he does not fuck up Justin Herbert's development and just lets Herbert just keep on going out there and playing ball like he has been, you're going to be good on offense. You already have two stud receivers in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams that are already playing out of this world. Keenan Allen is the most underrated, slept on number one wide receiver in the league. And when you flip over to the defense, they have so much talent. They had J.C. Jackson there for a while, but it seemed like they didn't really know how to use him. They traded him back to New England. Maybe Bill Belichick comes to the L.A. Maybe J.C. Jackson might decide to flip back over and come back to L.A. They already got Khalil Mack. You already got Joey Bosa in there. You already got Derwin James. There's a lot of talent on this Chargers team. It almost seems like Bill Belichick wouldn't have to really do too much. And if the Chargers decided to also tell Bill Belichick, we're going to hire another person to be the general manager, you go coach, you already have the talent there. So it's not like whether it's Bill Belichick or another general manager coming in to assign the roles of players for the team, they wouldn't really have to do too much work. My only issues for this team of why I think Bill Belichick might possibly turn it down is I don't know how you feel about living in LA. Is he that kind of person? Is he going to like living in LA? And the second reason is kind of like what I implied here a second ago. Is he going to be okay with letting go of general manager responsibilities? Now, I realize, like I said, they fired their general manager and their head coach, Brandon Staley and Tom Pelissero, I think is how you say his name. I think was his name. So they fired both of them. If the owner of the Chargers wants to just give Bill Belichick the reins of that team, so be it. But if they're going to be hiring a general manager, they're going to have to kind of think about that for Bill Belichick, because he's a very controlling man. And if he wants to control that franchise, you might want to rethink that. The next team is the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders seems like a little underrated for everybody's kind of understanding. People are going to be looking at me right now saying, why the fuck would he go to the Raiders? Let me explain. The team was already coached in the way of Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels comes out in the tree of Bill Belichick, so they kind of have the identity and a role within what Josh McDaniels was doing. Bill Belichick likes that. You have a young quarterback in Aiden O'Connell who looks like he's kind of playing well right now. The defense looks like it's playing really well. You already have a stud in Max Crosby already on your defensive line. Everybody there already seems like they just want to play ball. With Bill Belichick coming in there, I would see it as long as Bill Belichick is not like just a BS old man, that team would play for him. They would look at Bill Belichick and say, if you can just put us in the positions out there to go just use our God-given abilities to go out there and compete and win this game, we will compete and we will win for you. Now, like I said a minute ago, is Bill Belichick going to be a grumpy old man? Because if he's going to be that way, I don't think the Raiders are going to want it. Because if you look at the way they've been playing here since Josh McDaniels left, they've said it, and even the players have said it, and the front office has said it. It feels like a cloud of darkness has just been lifted off the franchise, and now they can breathe. So with Vegas, I'm a little 50-50. I would honestly feel like it would be a good thing for Bill Belichick, because think about it. I realize I said he wouldn't want to live in LA, but who wouldn't want to live in Vegas? And also, when you think about it, Mark Davis, he's desperate right now to win a Super Bowl. The coach's mistakes that he's made over the years, he's got to hit the nail on the head on this one. And how else could you how could you fuck up or going out and hiring Bill Belichick? Like I said, that one I'm a little 50-50 on, but who knows? The next one that I have, and this is one that I would not be surprised if it happened, the Washington Commanders. When you look at the Commanders team, they don't have a general manager, or they're kind of in the hot process of hiring somebody. Maybe Jason Wright, I think, is their president of operations. He's kind of in position to become the general manager. If that's not the case, Bill Belichick, he could take over the reins there. And the Commanders, they are coming in and just hitting a full reset button. The new owner, Josh Harris, I believe, and Magic Johnson, part ownership, all the people within the Washington Commanders, they're trying to just hit a full reset, start over, get everybody new in there. I realize Ron Rivera hasn't been fired yet, but he's going to be fired at the end of the season. They've already kind of informed him about that. But now let's look at the team. You have Sam Howell, pretty good quarterback right now. I think they might try to look into the draft and see if they can draft somebody in the offseason. Eric Bieniemy, stud offensive coordinator. If Bill Belichick came in there and he decided to keep Eric Bieniemy under reins and make him be his offensive coordinator, and Eric Bieniemy wanted to stay, that could be something to look into. You have some really good wide receivers in Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson. These boys do not mess around when it comes to playing receiver. And now with Eric Bieniemy coaching them, they've been playing really well. You have a good run game, and Brian Robinson, that dude is a freak of nature when he runs the ball. You do not want to get in front of him when he's running behind his pads. And when you watch the defense play, their problem is they've had the talent there for so many years. I mean, they had the defensive line set up there a couple years ago with Chase Young, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, and Montez Sweat. And then they had so many good linebackers, and Cole Holcomb, he went to Pittsburgh. They had the corners and Kendall Fuller. Now they got Cam Curl in the back end on their safeties. It just seems like they're just rotating and rotating and rotating in the defensive players with studs. And these guys are going other places and competing and playing great. But when they're with Washington, they just can't do shit. I feel like if they brought Bill Belichick in there to coach that defense, this team would be scary. And just imagine a Bill Belichick-led defense that knows how to not make mistakes, stay sound, control the game on defense, and then an Eric Bieniemy offense that can maybe, if Bill Belichick can go in there and try to tell Eric Bieniemy, don't take so many risks with Sam Howell if they decide to stay with Sam Howell. Just let him play normal football. Don't try to make him into Patrick Mahomes. Go out there and just play some average football. And for all we know, this Washington team might actually be really fucking good. And we could be looking up next year with Washington winning their division. And the last team, this one's a little bit underrated. This one's more for me. I was kind of looking through the standings of like coaches, teams with coaches that are going to need new coaches next season. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fire Todd Bowles, do not sleep on the Buccaneers being a destination for Bill Belichick. Because if you think about it, warm weather, Tom Brady went there, won a Super Bowl. Maybe Bill Belichick can go down there and win a Super Bowl with them. You already have great offensive pieces. You got Baker Mayfield playing really well here lately. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all these receivers are playing good. The offensive line looks like a little bit fixed ever since Brady left. The defense is still playing pretty good. And like I said, a Bill Belichick defense, I will take that 10 times out of 10. The front office seems like they're already kind of set up in place, so I don't think he would be able to get the general manager reins with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The team's kind of looking forward. All the teams that I said, like I said, the Raiders, maybe they give him the reins. I don't know if I would see it. The Chargers are kind of already set up to where if they want to give Bill Belichick the full reins of coaching, general manager, here's the keys, go win us a Super Bowl, they're set. Same thing with Washington. They don't really have a good general manager in place, and they don't have a head coach if Ron Rivera is fired. So, same thing. Here's the key. Go win us a Super Bowl. I just feel like Tampa Bay would be a more interesting situation because, like I said, he can go down there. You don't got to do too much. You can just lead the reins. Kind of like what Bruce Arians did with Tom Brady was there. He didn't have to do too much. He kind of just stood there on the sideline. He wasn't really doing anything, to be honest. I realized he had the mask on the whole time because it was COVID. But it seemed like he didn't really do jack shit other than stand there and cheer on his guys. But like I said, the offseason's coming. The playoffs are going to get ready to starting here soon. When the offseason hits, we're going to find out a lot about Bill Belichick and what he wants to do. If he wants to go to the Chargers, if he wants to go to Washington, or if he wants to take a little bit of a kind of a decrease in what his job title is for, does he want to be the general manager or not. I feel like there's going to be at least like 8 or 9 different head coaching openings by the time we get to the offseason. The thing is, he's not going to go to like a team that's super bad. Like, we already know Carolina's going to need a new head coach. We know maybe New Orleans or Atlanta, maybe they could need a new head coach. He's not going to want to go there. I think when the season's said and done, we get to week 1 next season, he's going to be either a coach of Los Angeles or Washington. I don't see him going back to New England. I see people talking about that. I don't see it happening. But other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did go to enjoy today's video. As always with all these videos that I do post, if you wanted to enjoy, make sure you go and drop a like. Very much appreciated if you do so. As I said throughout this video, if you have a different opinion on where you think Bill Belichick's going to go, if you think he's going to stay with New England, go to Washington, go to LA, like I said, maybe Vegas, Tampa Bay, anywhere, or if you think somewhere else, if you think a random team that I did not mention, if you think he's going to go there, leave it down in the comment section down below. I'll be more welcome to talk about with you guys. If you wanted to enjoy today's video, as always, make sure you go and hit that big red subscribe button. Feel free to do so, and do not forget to hit that little notification bell and be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Don Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.